Hello, everyone. This is Doug, the producer of Liz and Christian Present Season 3. Before we dive into this week's episode, I just wanted to say a few things. First, I wanted to apologize for the long delay after Season 2. The reason for the delay was that Liz and Christian were extremely difficult to deal with this year. To put it bluntly, they got quite a few followers and started to think that they were quote-unquote talented. It's a miracle this season even got made, frankly. But it did, and the lion's share of the credit belongs to me, Doug, the producer, and not to Liz or Christian, who are completely replaceable in my own opinion, which is an important opinion. The second thing I wanted to say concerns the Liz and Christian Patreon account. Now, I'm glad that the Patreon account that I set up is making Liz and Christian a lot of money, but you know what? They didn't quote-unquote pay me anything. They claim this is an internship. That's right, after 3 seasons, they still call me a fucking intern. It's bullshit. So if you support Liz and Christian on Patreon, I would ask that you consider supporting me, Doug, as well. Or support me instead of them. It's your call. With that out of the way, welcome to Season 3 of Liz and Christian Present. In Episode 1, we have Michael Hennessy, known to his followers as Pope Michael. Both Mr. Hennessy and his followers believe that Mr. Hennessy is the rightful Pope. How did Mr. Hennessy come to believe such a thing? That and more are on its way. But first, Liz and Christian would like to thank one of these generous organizations that sponsored this week's episode.
Thank you very much to Juul Technologies for sponsoring this podcast. I personally have to say that I tried a Juul a few months ago, and I am totally and utterly addicted.
But please note he's over the age of 18. And this commercial is only going to reach 18 and above individuals. Right, Christian?
Our audience is not people who are under 18. And if you are under 18...
Juul would only sponsor this show if they were over 18.
That's a great point. I want to say something to our listeners who are under 18. Mm-hmm. Do not smoke Juul. Wait until you're 18 and save it.
Yeah.
And I think this applies to a lot of things. Save sex till you're 18. It's called,
I don't know about that one, but...
Well, just jack off. And then when you're 18, have sex, and then you've gotten the most out of jacking.
And then get a Juul.
I don't want to get off topic. Just don't smoke your Juul. I don't care if the other kids are doing it. I don't care if you think it's cool. I don't care if you like the flavors of it. Just don't smoke the fucking Juul until you turn 18, and then get addicted like everybody else.
Liz and Christian, we have a discount, and it's called Too Cool to Juul.
It doesn't apply if you're under 18, so don't even try it. Thank you very much, Juul. We appreciate it.
Liz and Christian! Liz and Christian!
Well, Michael, welcome to the podcast.
I'm
happy
here.
to have you on. You were a little bit late.
Well, your place was a little bit hard to find, frankly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, 2 hours later than we wanted to start, but we're glad you could make it.
You sound glad, yeah.
Well, it's an honor to have the Pope in our humble little studio here.
So I feel like, first of all, I'm just going to go ahead and say that it sounds like there's some disrespect in your voice in the way that you said the Pope, as though it was sarcastic or like you're trying to undermine my claim. And if that's what I'm here for, I mean, I'll throw down, but I don't want to make it very clear that I don't take that shit.
Fair enough. Michael, I think...
He swears.
2 things.
Yeah,
One,
I
I think we
fucking
should
swear.
introduce the audience to Michael.
He swears.
Yeah, he swears. That's actually... I am still reeling from that. I think what I want to make sure is the audience understands what they're listening to so that they can also appreciate what's going on. And 2, I think that...
people who get it probably already know what they're listening to, if I'm being honest. But,
How about this? Once they hear your name and they hear what you're going to say, then they'll get it. But at this present moment, they haven't even heard, so...
I don't know how you're going to tell me how they're going to get it.
Fair enough. But we're still just going to go ahead and go through with this introduction. And then...
All right, introduce
We're going
me.
to throw a Hail
Introduce me.
Mary here.
Yeah.
Throw out the fucking red carpet or
We're
whatever.
going to throw a Hail Mary.
Okay, so audience, quick shout out.
Give me my audio Pope Mobile.
Sure.
Welcome to the podcast. Welcome Michael Hennessy to the podcast.
Thanks.
Quick shout out to Andre in Croatia. We deeply appreciate the very generous donation. Everybody else, we hope across the world you're having a great night, however you're living it. We have on the podcast today Michael Hennessy, also known as Pope Michael by your followers. You are an American citizen and conclavist claimant to the papacy. Mm-hmm. You were elected by a group of 6 lay people, including yourself, who was one of the voters of that, and your parents. You've come to believe that the post-Vatican Catholic Church has seceded from the Catholic faith, and that there have been no legitimate popes elected since the death of Pope Pius XII in 1958.
Well, if I'm being honest, that might be shortchanging it. Like, we might be giving the popes up to that point a little too much credit.
Okay. I don't know anything about the Catholic Church. I kind of just want to know, like, are there other...
Yeah, well, you're not the only one these days, let me tell you.
I'm Catholic, so I'm a little disturbed and shocked that you have these claims. So I'm trying to be open-minded here. God bless. God, Jesus would want me to do that.
All right, first of all, I'm just going to go ahead and cut you off there. One, you're not Catholic. Second of all, the idea that you're going to remotely even begin to try to speak for what Jesus would want is so absurd it borderlines on hysterical.
But my bracelet says, what would Jesus do?
Have you ever thought that, Michael?
Oh my fucking God. Yeah, I fucking thought what Jesus would do in a situation. But guess what? Jesus wasn't saying, let's all be Jesus, okay?
No, I guess he wasn't. Let's quickly just talk about the cursing. Like, I'm kind of surprised you curse like a sailor, and I just did not expect that, and I should have watched. Doug warned us. Doug usually likes all the guests.
Yeah, he's a twerp.
He didn't like you very much. He even said, he kind of told us, he gave us an email and said that you were combative. Mm-hmm. And I think he may have been accurate in that. And I want to cover your attitude at some point, which is just generally off-putting. I'll be frank with you.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely not what Jesus would do.
Yeah.
But apparently that's not a thing.
You're clenching your fist right now. Can just calm down. This is a podcast. So quickly, let's just talk about, the cursing. It's not a bad thing to curse. My mom said don't curse. Liz and I.
Yeah, your mom said don't curse. Let's just go ahead and cut the bullshit here. Why the fuck does anyone give a shit about the curse words coming out of somebody's mouth? What does that have to do with our relationship with the divine?
Do you ever say the phrase goddamn?
Yeah, I say goddamn. Goddamn, I say goddamn.
But it's not cursing to you.
What do you mean, you think that I'm commanding God to damn something? Maybe I am. I don't know.
I mean, you are apparently the Pope.
Okay, don't do air quotes.
How long have you been the Pope, Michael? How long have you been the Pope?
Yeah.
Is that something, were you born the Pope? Or are you like Buddha?
I was born the Pope.
You were born the Pope. It's like Buddha.
No, it's not like Buddha because it's legitimate.
So 5 people voted for you? Or 6? Because one of them was you. And I don't know if you can vote for yourself.
Acknowledged correctly my position.
Okay.
Right.
I don't like calling it a vote. It makes it sound like there were multiple decisions that could have been made, which is how the current Catholic Church works, frankly. And it's absurd. There's only one way things can go. It's not a vote. It's a submission to fate.
Right.
And you're offering some different thing. And you want to see the world what?
Yeah, like what? Different thing.
How do you want to change the world in some positive way, Michael?
All right. Well, first of all, thank you for fucking asking that finally, instead of just berating me for, being who I am and who I was ordained to be.
You're right.
Yeah,
We should give him a little break.
You certainly don't invite any kind of
Go
drama
on,
in any
Christian,
way.
Let him go.
I think the world invites that upon itself, frankly, and I just find myself engaging with it. In terms of what I would like to see changed in the world, first of all, God damn it. First of all, the Catholic Church itself, they need to fucking back the fuck off everything they're doing right now. Every person who works inside that organization is an imposter. Second of all, if they want to be the Catholic Church, and I'm using air quotes there in case you can't tell from the tone of my voice, if they want to be that, then what they have to do is they got to get some fucking style back. How about that? Let's start there.
Some style.
Yeah, listen, they've got the same gold there that they've had for centuries now.
Well, gold is gold.
Gold appreciates.
It's old gold.
You want new gold.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I want new gold. I want cooler shit.
You want to go down to the river and pan for new gold. That's what you want the Catholic Church to be doing.
No, I don't want the fucking Catholic Church to engage in a second gold rush. Okay, all right. What I want is style.
Okay.
I want it to be cool again.
I have to say, you got quite the garb right now.
Thank you.
Liz, how would you describe this? The audience, unfortunately, is only connected to us with their ears. We have some photos.
I just tweeted a photo. I hope you don't mind. Do you have a hashtag or?
Yeah, I do.
What is it?
Hashtag fuck you, I'm the Pope.
Oh, yeah, I see that. Okay. Well, now everyone can see your striped pants. Stripe with apparently new gold.
Yeah, I didn't realize. Is that actual gold?
Yeah, it's in the lining.
It's impressive.
It's subtle.
Yeah.
Buttons are diamonds, by the way.
Those
on
are
the
diamonds.
Shirt. Yeah.
I'd like to
Style.
corroborate that at some point. I wish that I could, because I'll be frank, I'm a little doubtful that you have the funds to make those actual diamonds.
Well, what's great
talk
about
your
that
funding.
is I don't really give a shit if you doubt it, because you doubting my word as the Pope immediately straight shot one-way fucking ticket to hell. guaranteed.
Ooh, let's get into hell.
Yeah.
How do you...
You're gonna. Let me tell you, the way you guys are acting right now, definitely gonna get into hell.
Well,
Really?
I think we already knew that, right, Christian?
Yeah, I kind of enjoy heat.
You think hell has a temperature? This is the fucking old ass tired shit I'm talking about. That they're clinging on to all these ideas that aren't even really what the shit's all about. They've gone so illegitimate, it's unreal. Hell is about the violence, guys. It's about the fucking torture, okay? It's about heat. Heat's only interesting if you're getting fucking branded, okay? It's about genital mutilation. It's about sodomization. It's about being cooked alive and eaten alive. That's what hell's about.
Well, the thing is some people like the second aspect.
You're talking about gay people.
No, I'm talking about just, I mean, have you never had any kind of, you've never been sodomized at any point? You've never
He's the Pope, Christian.
Of course.
I mean, I had a fucking prostate exam. Is that what you're asking me?
I mean, it's just like there's a lot of nerves down there, and I just want you to acknowledge that.
Well, look, first of all, we're not talking about anal sex in hell, okay? I'm not talking about something that some people can enjoy for whatever fucking reason. What I'm talking about is, like, with something big and uncomfortable and probably with sharp stuff all over it, okay?
Okay. Ooh. Well, that sounds really unenjoyable.
Oh, whoa, wait. Did I make hell sound bad? Oh, fucking no, I can't be the Pope. Or am I doing a good job?
What's heaven like? No
Okay,
temperature?
Heaven, you don't get to find out. Heaven is a VIP club in the back of a really boring fucking building. That's where we all live, by the way. There's a VIP club in the back, and no one's allowed in except for the people who know they're allowed in, and you don't get to find out what's on the inside. Now, I've seen it.
So your 5 followers, they're going to be allowed in.
Oh, fuck yeah, they are.
So what? 2 of those are your
4
parents?
of them for sure, anyway.
2 of those are your parents?
Yeah.
So it sounds like a hell of a VIP experience. You're going to be in some club somewhere with 5 people, 2 of which are your parents. I assume that there's going to be music playing. It sounds like a pretty cool party.
It sounds like you have a pretty shitty relationship with your family.
I really hope there's vodka. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, look, I love my family, but I don't think that my mom wants to come to a VIP club with me. And to be frank, I don't think that I want her to be there either. In this
metaphor,
picture that you're painting sounds kind of like a boring party.
Okay, so in this metaphor, I think you're missing something, because when I said it's like a VIP club in the back that you don't get to see the inside of, you're missing the part where you don't get to fucking see the inside of it. It doesn't look like a fucking dance club on the inside, moron. Okay? You don't know what's in there. That's the point. The point is it's VIP. The point is everybody's walking by on the street going, ooh, why do all those people get to go in there? And how come when I go up, they're like, oh, sorry, you're not on the list.
I mean, it just sounds like it's all perception. That's heaven?
Yeah, we'd kind of hope, like on this earth, we're kind of worried about what other people think. It'd be kind of nice to think that in the afterlife, you might just kind of get over the whole like moving to the front of the line at the club thing. Which
that's
is kind
not
of
what
like
happens in the afterlife. The afterlife is what happens once you get into the fucking club.
Okay.
You following?
And so you have to fight off
Life is the line.
a scary
Life
bouncer.
is the line.
So dying is the bouncer.
Dying is the bouncer. And then you find out if you're on the fucking list or not. And if you're not on the fucking list, you can just go fucking wander the streets at night until somebody fucks you up.
Well, I guess we're all just in that line.
It's hard to see why you don't have more, I guess, of an organic following.
Well, I appreciate that, actually.
I mean, I did see a few people are hashtagging you. They're telling you to look at Jesus and tell them what he looks like. Can you tell them what he looks like?
What Jesus looks like.
Yeah.
You want to build a following? I think you have to be a little bit more forgiving of people. We have a following
Yeah, where
here.
the fuck are you getting that from?
Experience. We have a lot of followers. We have more followers than you do.
1.4 mil.
1.4 million people across the world are listening.
Ooh.
You have, right
Shaking in
now,
the boots.
your parents are texting you. So take it from some people
we're
who
getting
know
dinner.
Okay, they want to know what you want to go for dinner.
Yeah.
Great, exciting.
What's weird about that?
Cool.
So they want to know what Jesus looks like. Why don't you just try being a little bit more gentle and see what happens?
Okay, everybody, I'm going to be very gentle now. I want you to listen lovingly to the sound of me explaining what Jesus looks like, okay? Here's the deal. First of all, 1, really handsome.
Knew it.
2,
Not surprised at all.
ethnically ambiguous. Got it?
Yep.
Not one if you say Jesus was blank, you fucked up. Ethnically ambiguous. That's what's hot right now.
He's just protean.
3, he had one of those wizard hats, and that's not usually portrayed.
He had a floppy wizard. That's cool.
I doubt that. What about his hair?
Is it because he covered
Curly,
yeah.
straight.
Nobody's ever seen it because of the hat.
All right,
It's up
so
in the hat. That's why they have that tall part. They put the hair up in it.
He's
Because he
got
was
a-
a wizard.
He's got a big protein helmet up there. We just can't see it.
You said a what?
Protein
head.
helmet, lots of hair.
Pointing to God.
Have you ever
Pointing
talked to
God.
Jesus?
Like directly?
Yeah, like directly.
Yeah.
What do
Is
you guys talk about?
Is he a chatty Cathy?
No,
Is
he's
he
not a chatty Cathy. He's a straight shooter.
yes
Yeah,
or no answers?
mostly.
Or does
Kind
he
of
ask
like a
the
magic
questions?
8-ball.
What is your general attitude like with him? Are you more respectful than you are with mere mortals?
Nah.
You're straightforward.
Listen, Jesus doesn't need all that shit. You know, he doesn't need you to get, Jesus. No, he doesn't need that shit, okay? Like, he's like, hey, this. And I'm like, got it, done. That's being Pope. That's what being Pope should be, by the way.
So
Not
it's-
all this other shit.
It's kind of like you're like the apprentice, sort of, and he's like some powerful executive telling you what to do, and you're like his go-to. You're his right-hand man.
Yeah, I'm like,
You're like Mark Anthony or something.
no, I don't know what that is.
Okay,
I
ex-husband.
think he went to
Wait, you
hell.
talking about the singer?
No, I was talking about the Julius Caesar's right-hand man.
I guess if I'm Mark Anthony, he's like Ricky Martin. More people have heard of him, but I'm kind of better at it.
And he's good looking, and you're not.
Jesus, you're saying he's very handsome. I say, yeah, and I would say
I
that-
wasn't saying that, by the way, but the handsome thing. I just want to be clear that that's not what that metaphor was.
How big is his dick?
Now we're talking. Okay, maybe you're Catholic.
I am. I pray to that thing.
Huge, by the way, is the answer to that. Huge dick. First of all, he's naked most of the time, so it's hard to miss. Yeah,
That is true.
huge dick. That's it. I mean, what else do you want to know? Do you want me to? I can't describe it in more detail.
if you're the creator of everything, I'm sure he's got, it's like you're creating your football player and Madden. You put just 99 to everything. Jesus is probably just hitting 99 on everything. He's like, why not?
Yeah.
4K no.
You
More
mean
like
like on like
100.
video game sliders? Is that what you're saying? Like hitting 99? Like
Yeah.
turning it all the way up?
I'm saying he's making his own character. He's
Yeah, I like that. I like that actually.
Good analogy?
Yeah, that's good. That's a
First
good
thing
analogy.
we've agreed on.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that.
It's almost like being in my presence for a few minutes makes people start to come around.
I
would say
think you're onto something. I think I'm gonna follow you on Twitter now.
Double
Followed.
digits soon. Pope Michael. Sorry, I'm just going to call you Pope Michael right now because I can see you kind of grimacing every time we call you Michael. So, Pope Michael, I got another thing we might agree on.
Yeah.
What the fuck is up with the Catholic Church right now, man? Oh, sorry. This apostate Catholic Church, as you say. I mean,
All right, that's a little better. Yeah.
they seem to be attracted to younger boys in general.
Talking about the molestation scandals?
Yeah.
I don't give a shit.
You don't give a shit.
I
Really?
don't give a shit.
You don't give a shit.
What
That's
does
not
that-
even.
What does that have to do with anything? Like, somebody explain to me what this has to do with anything.
So you're just not interested in it.
No, it's boring.
I take offense to that.
I'm more interested in that. I'm more interested in you taking offense to that than it.
Well, I grew up and I prayed and I said the Our Father. I did Hail Marys and I read the Testament, the Old and the New. Do you just not believe in that kind of stuff?
Wow. I didn't know I was going to be talking to an expert today. So, I didn't realize that. She's doing the cross. You can't hear it over the mic. She thinks she's like proving something to me right now. I don't know.
I
what
did
is.
it again.
In terms of believing in all that stuff, first of all, I've read all the fucking shit. I pray. I fucking pray.
Well, you don't even have to pray. You have Jesus on speed dial.
Oh, what? So I don't pray? I just said I pray. First of all, I have Jesus on
Does
speed
he help you make water into wine?
No.
'Cause-
He doesn't help me fucking make water into wine. You know what he does? He makes anything I want into anything I want. He's a fucking
Person.
wizard.
What if you wanted to turn a person into a follower? How about that? Could Jesus do that, or would that just be too much?
So here's the deal with that. I see where you're going with this. I see that you're trying to, make fun of me a little with this because, he doesn't have a lot of followers. But, Jesus didn't have a lot of followers. Think about it.
That's
I
true.
think he had 12 at least.
He had a lot of posthumous followers.
Yeah, people like jumping on the bandwagon.
Yeah,
I
it's
know.
like Van Gogh, No one cared until he died.
I am like Van Gogh, actually. I like that.
You're
Yeah.
like Van Gogh.
I'm like Van Gogh.
Don't cut off your ear.
No,
or
I'm not
do.
gonna do that. That would be stupid. That's stupid that he did that, by the
Yeah.
way. Van Gogh's probably in hell, by the way. I should probably just let people know. I'm sure at least a few people are like,
So how's
"Oh,
one going
Van Gogh's
right
in
now?
hell."
It's just-
Sorry, what?
Darn, I was hoping to meet him in heaven.
You might get lucky still.
The bouncer.
That's me implying that you're going to hell, by the way.
Ooh, I'm scared. Well, at least I say my prayers.
She says her prayers directly to Jesus because there's the thing about Jesus is he's omnipresent if he exists.
No, that's
at
a
all.
rumor, actually.
He's omnipresent if he exists at all, and so anyone has the speed dial just directly to him.
No.
But I don't want to talk about that. I kind of want to talk about Pope Michael.
Okay.
Is you flew in today and presume that you had to pay for that flight. I'm just kind of curious what you do to pay the bills. because the Catholic Church, they have millions of people, billions even, who are donating a portion of their paycheck to the Catholic Church, and they've got all this treasure and gold and paintings and all these other things.
And they fucking waste it, by the way.
They waste it.
They're
Okay, they
doing
waste it,
nothing with it.
Right. But they have a lot of it.
Yeah.
And so I'm wondering how, what you do. I mean, do you have a job?
I mean, I would have such a cool fucking place with all that shit, and I wouldn't just leave it the way it looked like hundreds of years ago.
You
know?
dad style too, as you said.
You asked me if I have a job. Yes, I have a job.
What is it?
I do telemarketing. I'm fucking great at it.
You're great at it.
Yeah. I've been employee of the month twice.
Do you ever three-way call with Jesus?
No. What the fuck? First of all, Jesus doesn't have a fucking phone.
He's on your speed dial.
All right.
That's a
you
metaphor,
both said the
I
speed
guess.
dial shit.
We said it. Yeah. You clearly don't get metaphors, Pope Michael. Do you think that there are any metaphors in the Bible, or are you just taking all of that just as kind of face value?
Okay, I kind of see the Bible as not really metaphors and not really history. I see the Bible more as kind of an abstract fever dream of a bunch of fucking morons because they missed the whole fucking point of everything.
What's that? What's
Yeah. What is the point?
Jesus.
Jesus is the point.
Yeah.
If you were to,
the point on his hat?
No, I don't mean Jesus is the point on his own hat. I mean,
Pointy dick?
no, he doesn't. It's actually like pretty thick. But anyway, basically veiny too, by the way, which is not what I would have expected.
blood of Christ, there's a lot of it.
Yeah, I guess it's sort of flowing. Anyway, fuck, I forgot what you asked me.
Well,
you asked me something.
Liz is, I'd say, very uncharitably,
off.
yeah,
She
very,
seems,
very, very rudely.
incredulous. Is what I
Really
would say,
turned
yeah.
on. really
Yeah,
turned
Liz
on.
is,
got it.
yeah.
No, I mean, listen, Jesus is a hot guy. I said this already. It's
I'm
good.
sure I can get that wizard hat off with
Get
my
that
tongue.
protein helmet.
This is
to
like a
fall
way,
down.
like now, like this is how I wish more people would be approaching this. Honestly, yeah,
Well, you just gotta give me
Like
some
Jesus,
wine.
Jesus is like the cool guy everybody wants
wants to get laid by.
Yeah, wants to get laid by
exactly.
what they want to. Jesus is the guy.
You
everybody,
approach life like
So that's
that,
all
you
it
might get
is.
into heaven.
That's all life is. Just trying to get laid by Jesus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, I mean, or hang out with him. It doesn't have to be getting laid. It doesn't have to be sexual.
Is he bi?
It's better if it's sexual.
Yeah, I mean that's a good
He
question.
must be bi.
Because I mean, like the thing is I imagine Jesus sees gender from he created the whole idea of gender.
Right.
And
Just so he
so-
can fuck himself. pretty
So
much.
he's probably pretty, I'd say, flexual, whatever you do.
You're asking if
He was
anybody,
a yogi,
if Jesus
right?
will fuck anybody. Is that the question?
Yeah.
here? Yeah, Jesus will fuck anybody.
Wow.
If they're good.
And he'll know
They're
in
good
advance.
and they deserve it.
He's like Santa Claus.
Jesus
in a
will
kind of
fuck
weird way.
anybody if they're good and they deserve it. And if he won't fuck you and he won't hang out with you, you're probably going to hell.
All right. Well, now I know what to live for.
Yeah, it sounds exciting. I mean, Jesus
So
sounds
first
like
of all, find out what bands he like. You got to do all the shit you would do with a person like this.
Yeah.
gotta find
Can
what
you
bands he
ask
likes.
him
You
what
gotta-
bands he likes?
I know what bands he likes. I'm not fucking telling
you
you.
give me
I'm the
a
fucking
hint?
Pope. You figure that shit out.
Yeah.
You come to me when you think you know.
I think I have an idea. I think there's one band that I like, and I assume that if I like it and it's pretty good music, I'd have to say that some part of Jesus
Assumption.
likes it.
So what band?
It's the band Maroon 5. I think that part of Jesus probably likes that band.
I mean, Jesus is pretty into top 40.
So not
So,
Creed.
well, I don't know if Maroon 5, I would call it a favorite of his. I've heard it on mixes he plays.
So Pope Michael, you've got 1.4 million people listening right now. Is there anything you want to tell them about how to get more out of life, or
Yeah.
what you would recommend for these people all across the world? What's your message to them?
1.4 million.
Number 1, stop asking for forgiveness and worrying about that shit. It's bullshit. Number 2, get better style. Dress better. Look better. Take physical care of yourself. Work out. Eat well. But not like bullshit nice to animals well. Just fucking like get ripped well, Number 3, don't take shit from anybody.
Literally and figuratively.
Sure. Yeah, actually, yeah, I think that's good advice, literally and figuratively.
Okay.
4, if you want to be on the list, you got to know the right people. And right now, most of you are hanging out with the wrong people to get on the fucking list. And I have a VIP booth with bottle service in heaven all fucking night, and you're missing out on it.
Well,
Well, we're going to tell you what. We're going to give everybody the link to your website. You've got some YouTube videos up.
www.fuckyouimthepope.com, by the way.
Yeah.
hashtag.
We're
fuck
gonna
you.
we're gonna give everybody the links, and we're gonna see if anybody is persuaded by the message you're giving. I'm
I don't really
waiting
give a
with
shit if they
bated
are. I hope
breath.
so, but we'll see.
I mean, I know, I'm going to buy some sexier outfits, style.
This is great.
I know that Jesus wants that.
I feel like I made a difference here.
Yeah, I feel turned a little bit. I don't know about you,
I think
Christian.
you're a little turned on after
turned on
that
for
description
Jesus,
of Jesus, but
Well, yeah, I think that's it.
I'm
Turn
thinking
it up for Jesus also. But like TURNT is what it's
Turned.
You know,
Turned.
get wasted.
I'm a little turned.
Well, Pope Michael, keep us in mind on this list of yours. We wish you the best, and
Hey, listen, bless both of you. Fuck you both. You guys are assholes, but you know, Liz, you're doing okay. Maybe you'll get there. I don't know so much.
I would say we're both pretty much in agreement that we don't like each other that much. I think
And that's okay.
that's okay.
You know what? That is okay. What's not okay? This fucking bullshit the Pope is doing.
Frankie over there.
Yeah, Frankie.
Another pezzo novante.
What did you say?
Thank you for coming, Pope Michael, and we wish you the best.
Thanks for having me.
Good luck.
Get me on that list.
So we want to thank Channing Tatum for sponsoring this week's podcast. I personally, my feelings about Channing Tatum as an actor, as a person, have evolved a lot over the years. I think that when I first saw him, I thought that he was a just total dumbass who was a bad actor. And then now I really, really sincerely think he's awesome. And I even think that he's a pretty good actor now. And I just want to say, you've really come a long way, Channing, and I appreciate you sponsoring this podcast. I mean, you're obviously super talented and a great guy.
He's got this brand now. So we're actually being sponsored by Channing Tatum, the brand. And he essentially is doing everything. I mean, it's from clothing to pool parties.
Personal coaching.
Personal coaching. I heard that he has a class he runs at night just about how to break dance, how to be ridiculously good looking.
He's very good looking. I remember when I saw him in a Mountain Dew ad several years ago. And all the girls in middle school were like, "Did you see the guy in the Mountain Dew ad?" And I was like, I've seen lots of Mountain Dew ads.
Did you ever think he'd now be sponsoring your podcast?
Certainly
the guy
not.
from the Mountain Dew ad?
Certainly not. He's come a long way. I mean, he's a really great guy. And I just think that, I think he's a lesson to everybody that your future is not dictated by your past or your present, for that matter.
And certainly not your first movie, because he was in Step Up. So
Man, he's come a long way. He's now in Steven Soderbergh films, alongside Oscar-winning actors, and he's holding his own. He's come a long way. We better get back to the podcast, but Channing, really appreciate this sponsorship.
Keep doing what you're doing, Channing.
Keep doing what you're doing. Liz and I both appreciate the sponsorship. More than that, we really appreciate your friendship.
And you're welcome to the studio anytime.
Anytime. We look forward to the podcast with you on it.
Lazy Christian! Lazy Christian!